Hello everyone, welcome to Z Reviews, and today's review is The Secret of NIMH. Now this is an animated movie about a widowed field mouse named Mrs. Brisby, whose basically home is about to get torn down by a farmer who's plowing his land. Now she would leave like the rest of the animals who live on the land, but her son Timmy has come down with pneumonia, and if she leaves, he will die in the travel. So and if she stays there, he'll die because he'll get plowed down. So what she does, she seeks the help of the great owl and the rats of NIMH and various other animals to try and help her so she can save her son and the rest of her family. Now this movie is an animated classic, but it's very old. It's very underrated as well. It came out in 1982 and was the first movie Don Bluth made after he left Disney to make his own company. So and the Don Bluth company went on to make a bunch of other classics like The Land Before Time and American Tail, All Dogs Go to Heaven. So this has a good pedigree behind it. So, and let me just say, it is an amazing film. The plot-wise, it's very mature. The themes that this movie tackles and the scenes that movie tackles are very mature. You'd see it more in a older film. You think it was made for adults, but no, it's made for little kids. And some of the scenes in this movie are very powerful. They pack so much raw emotion and so much depth to them. And this movie also plays out a bit very creepy. There's a lot of scenes where Mrs. Brisby is supposed to be scared because she's this mouse surrounded by these much bigger animals. And the creepiness factor is great. It's very chilling, some of the scenes that happen in this. And it's really added to by the beautiful animation in this movie. It's completely hand-drawn, just like Disney used to do it back in the day. And it is amazing. This is like one of the best looking hand-drawn animation movies I've ever seen. I think it trumps almost everything, anything from old Disney or even from the Disney Renaissance. So it's very, very high quality. It's amazing. The beautiful animation also lends itself to some really good, crisp action scenes. There's a couple, though it's more of a drama than anything, there are a couple action scenes in there, and they already play out nice. They look beautiful to watch, and it's just like a thrill, and they pump your adrenaline up. They're really, really good action scenes. But I think the biggest, thumbs up to this movie, easily the main character. Mrs. Brisby is probably one of the best mothers I've ever seen in any sort of entertainment. She is this kind, sweet little field mouse, and she's so small and she's so timid, but you know she's very nice, she's very generous. And the thing about her is she's a widow. She recently lost her husband before the events of the movie. But in most characters, they be wallowing in their self-pity like, oh, what am I going to do? I've lost everything. No, she continues to live on. She has no self-pity for herself. She continues to live on, and she continues to try to provide for her family. Is it hard? Of course it is. But she still does it because she knows that's what needs to be done. She's also very humble. She pretends she's sort of like this timid, shy, almost scared sort of creature. But in reality, she's one of the bravest ones in the entire movie. If not the bravest, because she holds courage of the heart, not just courage on the outside. She will do anything if it means to save someone or to help someone. And she will even put her own life in danger. She's also very smart, able to think on her feet, and she's very, very well thought out character, very well rounded, and it's the type of role model that kids need to see in their characters. She's just a humble mouse, and she's still able to pack this much emotion and depth and character into it. Just an amazing person. I love her. She's probably the favorite character I've seen ever since I started doing these reviews. And there's other characters too. You got Nicodemus, who is the leader of the Rats of NIMH, a very old and wise rat. But he's very cool because he's able to mix creepiness and gentleness, comfort and uncomfortable. Because he has a very creepy, sort of like scary design, even for younger kids. But yet, he's nice, he's caring, he's very gentle to everything around him, and he wants to make the world a better place, especially for his colony. So, he's a very good character. He looks so scary, but then to see the gentleness come from him. He's also very wise and very smart, and just another really great character. There's another character in this, and he's probably the biggest flaw in the movie, I guess. That's Jeremy the Crow. Now, I won't say he's useless to the storyline, because in the first half, he's pretty good. He does a couple things that like motivate the story and continue it. He's a great character moment for Mrs. Brisby, and he does take her to the Great Owl, so he does do some things in the story. But after the first half, they keep him around for like no reason. He doesn't do anything after that, and he was even irritating in the first half. So I personally don't like the character. I think they just tried to put a comic relief to appease the kids, but it wasn't even funny, so kind of killed it for me. There's a bunch of other characters. There's a good supporting cast. You got Justin, Mr. Ages, Mr. Shrew, all of Mrs. Brisby's other children. They all have good qualities, especially Justin, who is this sort of smart, on his feet, sort of noble knight. But he's also very fun and nice to play with, While the rest of the movie is ingrained in this deep, dark, sort of psychological thought processes and very big and serious, he brings good comic relief without even really being too funny, but still bringing a lightness that the movie needs at times. You have a kind of a one-dimensional villain in this rat named Jenna, but even though he's one-dimensional, he's a very realistic portrayal, because he's a man who wants power and will do anything to get it. And the way they set him up in this universe, he almost reminds you of guys like Julius Caesar or Napoleon or Hitler. Just the kind of guy who is in that position that they can take the power if the next guy dies. So he's though one-dimensional, he's the stereotypical evil. He's still very realistic and a good character, I guess. Now, another thing about this movie that completely blows almost any Disney movie I've seen out of the water, it has some dark, heavy themes. Oh my god, this movie's themes, like I said, they're made for adults. These are not usually kid-friendly themes. The themes of the battle between science, nature, and magic and the unknown. The theme of what a mother will do to save her child. The theme of theft and to see if it keeps you alive, is it the right thing? There's a bunch of other themes in this movie, and it's like a bunch of these big themes that you would not see in a kid's film, and they pull them off perfectly here. This movie just throws every single thing at you, things that would be in like an Oscar-nominated adult film, but they make it work as a kid's film. That's amazing to me. Now, there's only one real complaint other than Jeremy that I have with this movie. It's too short. It's only like 78 minutes long. I mean, they get you really curled up into this world. You want to see more and more. You want to see more interactions with Mrs. Brisby. You want to see Nicodemus do some more stuff. But it clocks in at 78, so if they added more, this could have been a masterpiece. One of my favorites of all time, maybe. But, it cuts off a little short. But still, really amazing movie. I'm giving it a 9 out of 10. It's so much raw emotion and power in just a small little kids film. It's amazing. It's a great thing. Now, if you have any feedback for the Z reviews, leave a comment. If you liked it, like. If you want to see more, subscribe. Thank you, and have a nice day. Oh, and tell me what you would like me to review next, if any suggestions at all. Okay, now have a nice day.